Wealth, Yoga, Wine. Welcome to my podcast. I'm Valerie Hale. Our 6 innate superpowers are imagination, intuition, the will, memory, reason, and perception. All of these 6 superpowers I have discussed in the last 6 weeks with Bob Proctor and Mary Morrissey's program called Into Your Genius. Your imagination is the workshop of your mind, Napoleon Hill says. It's where all things begin. Intuition, Bob explains to us that prayer is when we talk to God or the Spirit or a higher power. Intuition is when God, the Spirit, or a higher power talks to us, and we need to listen. The will is actually misunderstood by many of us, believing that it's our willpower for us to use to force people to do things for us. It's not that at all. The will is our ability. It's one of our higher faculties, like these others, that give us the ability to focus on one thing at a time. Mary Morrissey calls it unitasking. It takes willpower to stick to one thing at a time. Remember that. Memory is the funniest part of the program because Bob Proctor actually shows his sense of humor. Bob Proctor actually likes to be silly. In the memory book, it teaches us, which Bob shares with us, it teaches us how to use ridiculous association in order to remember names and numbers. Get the memory book, Bob tells us. He also says, don't forget. That just cracks me up. Reason is the higher faculty that differentiates us between the animal kingdom. It's our reason that guides us to making decisions that will propel us to the life we would really love. We use our reasoning in order to make good and powerful decisions. Lastly, perception of the 6 innate superpowers. Perception is really what has changed my life. Perception is how you perceive a particular event, situation, or circumstance in which you find yourself. One person can think the pandemic was the worst thing that ever happened. Mary Morrissey will tell you there are people out there who are making big wins because it's their perception that they chose to say this is temporary. Mary Morrissey also points out to us in the program Into Your Genius, there's nothing that is beyond our capacity, nothing, especially when you exercise every day these 6 innate gifts. Just choose one, work on it for a month. This program is all about that. Bob Proctor ends with saying that for us to be part of the 1%, the high achievers, to have that, to design the life that we deserve and that we would love, these 6 innate gifts are the key. Kundalini Yoga. Kundalini Yoga also is an avenue for us to help our innate gifts become stronger. Hara Prakash, which is one of my virtual teachers, I've studied with her probably 10 years now. She holds classes using the Gong. The Gong is just huge, gigantic gong. Now you can have a light touch. She has a perfect touch to using the Gong, and it's a guided way to help you meditate. I have studied with yoginis in New York City. I thought my eardrums were going to bust. She's very good at using the Gong. But the Gong here is so important for you to understand because it will help you also learn how to meditate. I consider it an out-of-the-body experience. I know that's woo-woo for some. I don't care. I also have a link for one of our meditation gurus. She has a company called Made in Meditation. Her website will help you get started in meditation in a really nice, slow, comfortable pace that you can do at your own level. Wine. The last thing about wine is a little different. Soothe Our Souls, which is a nonprofit in St. Pete Beach, and they do the once-a-month sailing for people who have difficulty and traumatic illnesses. They are doing a fundraiser May 19th, double check my information. I do have the PDF and the link onto this. You can do wine and cheese event with them, or you can go on the full sunset sale with them. There are two different prices. One is $35. The sunset sale is $75, and it includes, of course, wine and cheese. That is it for the wine segment. I am not a life consultant. I'm not a life coach. I create this podcast once a week to enhance people's lives. Merci et au revoir.